Hey Flosstube, welcome back to the Twisted Stitcher. My name is Alicia and this is my channel all about cross stitch. So how was everybody's weekend? Hopefully you got a little R&R, maybe caught a floss tube or two and threw in some stitches. Hopefully you got somewhere on that. A little further than what you were, I guess. This weekend has been absolutely nuts. We had a storm kick up out of nowhere yesterday. It's like high winds, heavy rain. We didn't, the weather channel said, we have a 20% chance of a afternoon thunderstorm. Well, buddy, if that was a 20% chance, I mean, because it looked like a 100% chance there was some trees that were going to come down yesterday because that wind was blowing hard. So, and it kicked up, I think, every allergen in this area. Because last night I was congested, I had a headache, sinus pressure, my nose was running. I was like, good grief, I don't have allergies. So what actually happened yesterday, I have no idea, but it messed me up bad. But over the weekend, trying to do a video also, you have four wheelers going, you have go-karts going up and down the street. You had the kids out there screaming bloody murder like they were being pulled apart. They're playing basketball in the street next door here. So you hear the basketball being dribbled constantly. Then you have people running up and down the sidewalk in front of our house, and it sounds like they're beating down the side of people's cars. I mean, it's just been racket like crazy. And of course, ringing the doorbell, the dogs are going nuts, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm never going to get this video done. So I just hung it up. I was like, forget it. I'm going to come back at like 2 a.m. and do it. Maybe it'll be quiet by then. But that's not the case because my allergies were kicked up so bad, and I don't have allergies. That's the thing. But my eyes were so bloodshot and they were super dry. So whatever was kicked up yesterday, it hammered me down really bad. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just not even. I'm just not even gonna try. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. Hopefully I can get a video out tomorrow. Anyway, with all that said, hi. Welcome to my attempt 5,922 of trying to make this video that I've been trying to get out since Friday and have not done yet. So at this point, this is Flosstube number 3, and this is going to be my newest, most current whips. These are the ones that I've acquired since October of 2024. So, I want to tell you, this picture back here, my daughter painted this. Before I get too far, my daughter painted this in 2022. So she likes landscapes and like the gradient fading, like sunsets and stuff. So last week the schools have been out here. This is the reason why you hear all the kids in the street over the weekend. And last week my daughter decided to do a painting. I thought this was so pretty. Isn't that cute? She did a great job. I am not a painter at all. That is not my thing. I can't draw either. My stick man needs assistance. I mean, I'm just not. I don't have it. So, but I saw this and I had asked her, I was like, can I show this on my channel? And she was like, sure. So there you go, Dakota. Great job. Great job. Thought it was cute. So we'll move back into my whips now that we've got all the stuff out of the way. This is a very popular piece. This is Treasure Hunt Bookshelf Max Color by Amy Stewart. This piece has 282,500 total stitches. I'm doing mine on 20 count easy count Aida 1/1. I have 11,491 stitches so far. Puts me at 4.07%. I am a cross-country stitcher. I started in the center on this one also, which most of my pieces I tend to start from the center. The center was here. This is a horse. You come in, you'll be able to see it. But the colors in that is so light. I kind of stitched around it and then moved away from it because it's going to be like stitching white on white in that area. And then too, I expected some, starting out, it's like started right in on really light colors or whatever. And I was like, I want to stitch something darker. So I just moved away from it. Obviously it'll all have to get done in the end, but I moved away from the lighter stuff. So I moved into the book. I love this piece. I saw Suki, the brown-eyed stitcher, doing this one. So she's the one that introduced this piece to me, and I was like, I gotta have it. So I got it. But that is the first one, Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. My next one is also Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Melody of the Night. This is a beautiful piece, and I love Leonid Afremov. He is great. Stinks that we lost him as young as he was. And excuse me, my sinuses are jacked up again still today. This one is 285,623 stitches total. I have 9,510 stitches, putting me at 3.33%. Let me move here so I can get it in. So this one was my extreme cross country, kind of, sort of. I started from the center, which is right here in this green light. It's like the top of a lamppost that's way far in the distance, but that was the center. And then I just kind of worked my way across, just picking up different colors. And then I went this way because that is a beautiful red. And then I just kept going, and I found the edge of the picture. So this is the water, and then there's it's like the edge of the sidewalk where the water meets the actual sidewalk. I don't know if this is like a canal or something in this image, but it's like the concrete barrier between land and the water. But it's a very fun piece. The colors in that are, the color palette is so bright. It's almost like a bunch of neon colors, so it's very, very beautiful piece. The next one we're going to go through is Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Sunset in Venice, Max Color, by Dominic Davidson. This one has 144,450 stitches. I am doing mine on 28 count Lugana. This Lugana is, I found at Hobby Lobby, and I didn't realize that they carried it. It's very thin, so it lets a lot of light through it. I don't know if that's normal for Lugana or not. So I started from the center. And you can see this is the like the bridge or the walkway that's over all the water down here. I moved to the side, found the end of the image, worked my way down to the corner. So I'm going to finish this quadrant before I move to whichever one I decide to move to after that. The water obviously is going to be confetti heavy, so I was like, I'll just get that part out of the way. It's not the most flattering part of the image because it's a lot of the darker colors. So I was like, I'm going to work all those darker colors, and then I'll get to work on the lighter stuff. But I'll be honest, that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to work out, because I say that I might not do that in the end. So it's all okay. So the water down here, in this one, they are asking for Krynic in the bottom down here to help pick up some shiny reflective type look in the water. So speaking of, I think Treasure Hunt Bookshelf also, I think Krynic is in that one also. I'll have to check that. I think it is. This one is the first piece that I've ever purchased by Artisy. Like I mentioned, I love Leonid Afremov. He is such a talent. This is called Night Trolley. This piece has 226,600 total stitches. I will say I cropped this image. So I cropped it right about here. I want more of the focus on the trolley, and this is not part of what I wanted to have in my image. I cropped 108,625 stitches from this project, leaving 117,975 to complete. And of course, when you put it into Pattern Keeper, it tells you when you're, like when you mark off that you've, I guess, like completed it, even though you're cropping the image. The percentage on this was 47.97% cropped, leaving approximately 52% that I have to complete. So I am doing this one on 28 count even weave. And it puts me at 2.78%. This is a window that's in the second story of the building that the trolley is in front of. I am doing this half stitch. You know what? I didn't tell you the other stuff. So we're going to roll back. Sunset in Venice is done half stitch. Treasure Hunt Bookshelf is full cross, and Melody of the Night is full cross also. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is Carolyn Manning. This one is called Birthday Cake. It looks like a birthday cake in a kaleidoscope. This has a lot of pastel colors. This is from the Shooting Star collection. And this is such a fun stitch, just the colors. It goes from a really light color, like your yellow is almost like a pale yellow. And then it fades, it starts getting into darker shades of yellow, but there are multiples. So if you see right here in the center, these are really light colors. You can see some of the lighter colors like in the outer edges here. And then as you move across, you can see where the yellows get, and it's like, it almost have like an orange hue to them. And then up here, the yellows get darker. So it's not just the same colors over and over and over again. This has a total of like 20, it's like 20 or 22 colors in it. So it is definitely much different than stitching a Heaven and Earth design with their massive color palette. This one has 35,721 total stitches. I am doing mine on 28 count. Even weave seems to be a particular favorite of mine, is 28 count. On a good day, I can see it fine. On a not so good day, I do have a magnifier light, an aught light, that will assist make those stitches a little bigger. But if my eyes are hurting, I tend to not stitch on it just because of the strain that it puts on your eyes. Anyway, I have 1,469 stitches of that 35,721. And this one is at 4.11%. I'm going to put something behind it so it will not, or let the light filter through. It won't let the light filter through. And the last one we're going to talk about is a Carolyn Manning also. This is called Apple Harvest. It is from the Quilt Block collection. This one's really pretty. It has several different tones of red. It has brown. It has gold. It has 2 or 3 different shades of green in it. I like the border on the outside. It's like a red, a dark green, a light green, a gold, and then it starts over again, red, dark green, light green, gold, kind of like that all the way around. The picture is done on what looks to be like a beige colored Aida, but this is not a full coverage. So this one has 19,057 stitches. I'm doing mine on 18 count oatmeal Aida in full cross. I have 954 stitches in, and it puts me at 5.01%. This is a relatively fast stitch also. I haven't worked on it long. But this was the center, and I just kind of started drifting down to get to the edge. I've noticed a lot of my stitching technique has changed a little bit since October. It seems that I tend to try to start everything from the center, and then I like work downward, or I'll go from the center and work to the side to find the outside. I don't know why I started doing that. It's just what I started doing. I don't know. I just, but it, you know, it's kind of like when you get a puzzle. I know for me anyway, when I get a puzzle, I always try to find like the outside pieces, and then I'll fill the inside in. And this is not my intention to like work all the way around the outside of the project. It's just I started from the center, and either I go to one direction to the side, or I'll go down, almost just to see like, you know, like where your frame is, to get an idea of how big each quadrant is going to be. But I don't know. I've never done that before. I just started doing that. It's fine. It's fun, and it takes me places that that I can get into other colors. So instead of just being in one specific area, it just kind of allows me to jump around and catch different colors. So I'm okay with that. I'm a cross-country stitcher anyway, so it's kind of like par for the course. Okay guys, that's it for me. That is the 6 that I have acquired since October. Hopefully you feel inspired. And everybody stay safe, stay hydrated, and sunscreen those kids, because it's summertime and we're rolling into some really hot weather. I'm not ready. The humidity is already bad, and it's been hot. I think today is supposed to be like a high of 92, and it's so thick outside, it's so hard to breathe. So you guys stay safe while you're traveling around town also. Stay tuned. I'm wanting to do some stitch with me's. So that'll probably be one of my next videos, and I'm going to try to get it out sometime this week, as long as the kids aren't making all the noises that they've been doing. But anyway, other than that, guys, make sure that you say hello to someone that you don't know. That random act of kindness may be all they needed to change their entire world. So until next time, guys, have a great week.